Hi again, everybody. Chris Conklin here with the Chanute Channel, and I'm happy to have with us again from the Neosho County Community College their theater group, but this year under new direction. And one of the things that's happening really special for this time of year is a new play getting ready to open on Thursday. You're not going to want to miss it, and it's called Frankenstein or Frankenstien, depending upon what you want to have there. So what we're going to open it up to the cast members that are here, and what we'll do is we'll kind of go around, and we have, starting at my right, not your left, the right, is Ethan. Say, hey, Ethan.
Hey.
No, I said, hey, Ethan. So you don't follow direction. How does this guy get along?
It doesn't.
It is a problem.
Okay, Paul, tell us about your name. You are?
I am Paul.
Okay, and you are faculty as well.
I am the mathematics faculty at Neosho.
All right, so we will not have to worry about anything that has to do with numbers, correct?
No.
Okay. So how many 18ths are there in a foot?
Oh, well, I would imagine there would be 18 of them.
Very good. Everybody else get that?
Yep.
All right, you passed. Jody, say hey.
Hey.
Okay, you're over here. So,
Okay.
yeah, you guys are over there, and just ignore the man behind the curtain. We have Ellie.
Hi.
Hi. And Martha, not to be confused as Marissa.
Hey.
And you are the only non-NCCC person that is in this production this year.
Yep, not going to college this year.
Not going to college. Did you go?
I went to college last year, yes.
Were you in the program last year?
I went to Emporia State.
Ooh. But you know, Emporia, was that part of the NCC satellite? No, that's Ottawa. Okay, and then a face that you probably recognize from one place or another. If not, you know his family very well, Matthew. Say hey.
Hi. Hey.
Okay. Matthew, the question that's burning in everybody's mind right now is, when are you going to Juilliard?
Never.
Never! You're giving it up?
Not giving it up. I don't know.
Just not going that. Now, is any of your family going that far?
No.
No?
Not academically.
Okay. So you guys have all come down to earth and
Yeah.
stabilized where you are. That's cool. All right, well, you're all very giftedly talented as well. Okay, so we're talking about Frankenstein. It's a play that's coming up at the college, and obviously being in their theater at the college. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night at 7:30. It's real easy to remember because it's the same time every night. And if you have a problem with those numbers, see Paul, and he'll help you work the math out.
I can help you.
Okay, but you don't have to show your work.
No,
So do you require people to show your work these days?
Yes.
all
he
the
does.
time.
Oh, I'm
He's
getting,
my teacher.
whoa! I take it you guys are students of his.
Yeah, I am. He's
Just
so
you?
fun.
You too? Okay. I put secret earmuffs on him where he can't hear. So right now, is he a good teacher? Okay, we'll leave it at that. Okay, Paul, you're good. They love you, Paul. That's awesome.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, so happy. Okay. What are your roles?
I play Victor Frankenstein.
Victor, so you call it Frankenstein.
Yes.
Okay, which one of you calls it Frankenstein?
You call
Emily?
that one.
The director.
Oh, Frankenstein. Yeah.
Stein, Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. As a joke.
You do both?
Yeah.
Purposely or just happens?
Yeah, on purpose.
Oh, okay. All right. And do we have the Hunchback?
That is I.
That is I. Notice he says it correctly. That is I.
Sort of.
I am
Yeah.
going
Kind
to.
of.
But there's no
I'm going to
punch.
Notre Dame.
I just.
We'll
You
pass
don't
on
know
Juilliard, but Notre Dame.
I don't know.
Correct?
Correct.
All right.
Yeah.
Paul, what do you do?
It's a loose adaptation, so I'm really a new character. They kind of de-aged all of the main cast down to university students, and I'm their professor. So it wasn't that much of a step away for me to play professor.
So did Dustin write the character in for you, or just tell you to get up there and do something, and every night's a new night?
No, it's a really neat adaptation written by a guy named Rick Averill. I think he wrote it in the 70s.
Okay.
I think our director actually knows the man's nephew, so it's familiar through that.
Okay. Now, the deception of you that comes from the outside, from whereabouts unknown, you're all students. We have Matthew, that is a sophomore. Are any of you sophomores, freshmen?
Freshman.
Freshmen around the room. Okay. So we have the two oddballs over there, and then the rest of you are alike, and then the guy that forced himself into your play.
Right.
Okay. And what do you do, Jojo?
I'm the monster.
A monster.
Yes.
So we have a you're Dr. Frankenstein.
Yes.
Yes.
So you are the,
I'm Frankenstein.
with the bolts in your head and all that kind of stuff?
Well, I don't really have bolts in my head, but yeah, I'm gonna be pretty messed up.
He's pretty scary.
Is he?
Yes.
I can kind of see that.
Ellie knows.
So
Yeah.
have you been watching a lot of Munsters and Herman Munster and Fred Gwynn? Is he your muse and, idolized?
Actually, I haven't really been watching the Frankenstein stuff. Like, to get creepier, I've been watching, like, the 80s horror films, like Hannibal Lecter, stuff like that.
Well,
So it's-
yeah, but see, what we have to do is we have to go back to the Universal days when they made real horror films. Okay?
Shade.
Back in the 30s, stuff like that.
Yeah, Alfred Hitchcock is one of the best.
Okay, you seem to know your stuff. So, who played the first Frankenstein on Universal Pictures Frankenstein? Paul knows it.
I know.
Any guesses? None of you?
No idea.
What are names that come to your mind?
Boris Karloff.
Boris Karloff.
I even know the second one.
I have no idea.
I had 5 of them in my head. Well, Vincent Price, he was. Yep, say it.
Dracula? No.
Yep. Vincent
Yeah.
Price was the vampire, Dracula. Then there was
Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi. He was the Wolfman or Mummy?
No, Bela Lugosi was Dracula. The Wolfman was Lon Chaney.
Well, Lon Chaney.
Vincent Price may have played Dracula in one of the Hammer ones in the 60s.
Yeah, I could have swore that Vincent Price played Dracula at one time. I think he's done just about everything at some point.
Well, he's-
You guys all know the names that we're talking about?
No idea.
No,
No
see,
idea.
before my time.
I know
Wait, did you
Boris
see
Karloff.
Dusty makes
Radigan?
fun.
Radigan and the Great Mouse Detective? That was Vincent Price.
Okay, so there's the original horror films and Dracula, or Frankenstein and Steam, Mummy and the Wolfman, and then a combination of a whole bunch of them thereafter. But I will go on to another trivia question before we move on down the road here. Do you know why back in the 20s and 30s that they made these horror films?
Great Depression, right?
Say it.
Great Depression. To
Exactly.
get people out of their miserable lives for a little bit.
See there? And it worked. Not only that, it was only a nickel.
Yeah.
And by keeping it black and white, they kept the price of production down. Actors got paid little to nothing. A lot of it was discovery kind of thing. So yeah, if they made $300, they were doing good. But then in the 20s and 30s, during the Great Depression, as you mentioned, that was serious cash.
Oh, yeah.
People were working for pennies, if they could get work, right? See how lucky you have it, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, what's your role?
I'm Elizabeth. I'm Victor Frankenstein's fiance.
You're what to him?
His fiance.
Oh, before or after he's created?
Both.
Okay. Now, are you created out of pieces and parts and abnormal brains and all that kind of stuff too?
She's Dr. Frankenstein's
I'm
fiance.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, no.
He's the monster.
He's the monster that comes to life. You're his fiance?
No, I'm the
I'm
doctor.
Victor.
See, you
Victor
pointed to
Frankenstein.
him though.
Oh, no, I thought I pointed at him.
Okay, so you guys are an item.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, really? So there's on stage and off stage here, huh?
No.
Not like that. Not like that.
Ethan wishes.
See, he's trying to get you in trouble.
You wound me.
Yeah. And our non-scholastic cast member today is...
I play Justine. I am Elizabeth's best friend, and I am Henry's love interest.
Okay, so there is some love interest that goes on. We'll get more into the theme here a little bit. So other than being her love interest, if you so choose to accept that, you are...
I'm Henry.
And
You're kind of like the...
who is Henry?
He's Victor's
He's-
best friend.
I'm his second best friend, I would say.
Okay, so we have a small group of friends. We have a mad scientist. We have a guy that runs around and just does whatever he feels like it when he feels like it.
I'm the original mad scientist. I'm his mentor.
So there is no hunchback. No.
He kind of plays one.
He kind of, when his back is starting, oh my God, this is killing me here.
At the beginning,
He's
he's
as
acts really creepy.
He's as energetic as the Hunchback.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah. Okay. Okay, who wants to tell me, give me some info on the story? Let's start with you.
It's kind of like a modern twist on it. So, we're not in like period clothing, we're in like modern clothing, and there's some modern elements to it. But overall, it's very dark telling of it. There's some creepy elements to it, mainly involving this dude. So.
Yeah, his muscles are the best special effect.
But Dusty, who's our director, his major is in costume design, so all of our costumes are phenomenal.
I understand he's an award winner too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had the pleasure of talking with him before, and I'm very impressed.
Yeah, he's put a lot of effort into the play.
Mm-hmm. A lot.
So, okay, so he's a muscular kind of guy. You're athletic. So is that why you were casted? You needed to fit a profile for that monster?
Well,
I think you were.
Yeah.
a little bit has to do with my
That-
acting ability, but you know.
So you gotta show your stuff?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he certainly tosses him around a lot.
Do you speak or grunt?
Actually, I'm very sentient. I have a lot of lines I speak.
So he created an intelligent monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the play, it explains I have like the best. I have the brain of like old professors and stuff. And like I'm a really smart person.
Okay, now in the original movie, Frank, the monster was not really a monster. Are you evil and mean, or are you soft, tender, and
I'm a monster.
you're a mean monster? Okay, so there's a
Well-
variance on that part of it then.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'd say he part of him wants to be that, but eventually the evil side of him rolls out at the end of the day.
Oh.
So the true personalities eventually will surface. Now, did you program him that way?
Oh, I think I was just winging it, honestly.
You were
I
winging
was
it.
just wanting him to get off that table.
I think there's some tragedy in him because, I mean, he really is constructed of so many different parts, and part of the character, part of the way Jodie portrays him is how they're kind of pulling him apart
Yeah,
because he has so many different people inside of him.
it's just like constant inner conflict within my character. He's like really bipolar.
Bipolar, so your mood swings are serious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Now, is that for real, or are you just...
No. Yeah, this is really hard. This is a really hard
Are you
part to
sure?
play for me because I'm generally like really nice and I never get upset about anything.
I know, you guys seem to be soft and standoffish, which kind of surprises me, being stage actors, because you're supposed to be dramatic and overacting and flamboyantly spoken.
We are.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
We must be so exhausted.
Probably.
Yeah.
This is what, week 8? It's been a while.
Something like
yeah.
that. Well, not for me anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
So, on the big couch, any of you prior stage actors?
Yes.
You're a stage actor too? Other than music? Okay, so you're all in familiar ground. And over here?
Yeah.
Okay, so none of you had to really learn how to do what it is you want to do. You just had to modify it to meet what the director wants. Now, it sounds, you did say that there's some modern twist to this play. And from what I'm hearing and what you're describing, it definitely sounds like it is out of the realm of the original Frankenstein, except for the fact that we have the mad scientist and we have a monster creation. Other than that, it just kind of like goes where it goes. Can you tell me more about that? How about you?
I think it definitely has like the major subpoints, like me creating the monster, and like towards the end of the book where he comes on my wedding night, and that whole scene right there. There's a little bit of difference as far as the ending of that scene, but there's definitely some major twists. Well, not so much to the plot as far as there's just kind of a interpretation of it, like they've said before, like with our costumes it's more modern, so we had to modernize it, make it more of kind of like what a college student might go through if that was their age, rather than like the original kind of setting. And yeah, there's just a lot of different tiny little switches, but overall I think it's kind of the same story, take down.
Now, you mentioned that he comes on your wedding night or his wedding night?
My wedding.
And who is your bride? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep thinking that you pointed at him.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so he comes to life on your wedding night. Is that what you told me?
No, like he comes to life and a bunch of stuff happens, and then you know the story, like he wants a bride and I don't do it, and so he's like, well, I'll take yours instead. And,
Sure, why not?
Yeah, and there's all that stuff in there, but in between each of those major subpoints, there's a lot of subtle changes that make it more of a modern tale, I think.
Okay.
So.
All right. And then your relationship, is it from the beginning? Is it developed? Where does it go?
Well, it kind of develops during the play, because in the very beginning, like, we're not really a thing, but then as it goes forward, it becomes more, and like, you're scared of it and you don't want it.
I don't.
You don't want her?
No.
You would rather
Yes,
be
I
left
do.
alone and on your own?
Sometimes.
Or you're interested in somebody else?
I think he's just
I'm just
interested
really-
in flirting at the beginning,
Yeah, I don't even know.
but then Justine surprises him.
You probably thought you'd never get that far either.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't know what to do in the situation. Like after the girl likes him.
I'm really inexperienced.
He's,
So
he's-
what is your original character? How are you introduced into the story? What do you do?
I'm basically Victor's friend, his close friend.
His friend. Okay.
And Victor's really the leader in the relationship.
Now,
Yeah.
do you have any special power, spiritual, magnetic influences?
no,
Definitely.
no.
I see you tried to exercise a couple right there, but it didn't work.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it did look like it, but didn't it?
Well, I can't show everything, but
Well, they won't give everything away, but
Yeah.
you gotta entice them to
Well,
say, I gotta come see that.
as far as Victor's concerned, he's very manipulative. Not so much like brass and abrasive, but he sometimes is more direct, but most of the time it's very subtle, kind of like telling him what to do. And towards the end, I start becoming more like agitated and demanding. But I basically just use people who are useful to me, and I keep them close by. And then as soon as I don't need them, well, we're not friends anymore. I'm kind of like that guy.
Okay, and your fiance, is she discovered into the story, or does it start with that romance?
It starts with it.
Yeah.
We're pretty involved at the beginning.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Yeah.
And now, speaking of which, yeah, I'm getting a lot of yeses around here, okay.
Well, I guess so.
It is family oriented, right? It is a family show?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's PG-13.
PG-13, okay, use some discretion.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
this show's got
strobe lights,
orchestra,
yeah.
right?
No, this
No?
one's recorded
No
music.
orchestra.
Oh, maybe he was gonna try to do an orchestra, but,
There was an orchestra last semester, and funny thing on the way before him.
okay.
But this one, they have a lot of really nice music and sound effects that just cueing it all would have been even more of a headache. So
So now, do you have your own lighting and audio specialist?
yeah,
And now, they come from the college, or were they recruited?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're from the college.
Okay. Now, what about as far as like your stage crew? Do you guys have to do a lot of that yourselves, or do you have a?
Yeah.
You have to do all the.
You have to do all of it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
now, are there any set changes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
there are.
So you gotta bring out your own set?
yeah.
Okay. Now, is that in the dark, or is it in the open?
It's pretty
Yeah.
low
Little
lighting.
both.
We
It's
get
very
it
low
as we
lighting.
get it as dark as we can. So,
Yeah.
but so we can still see.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a blackout.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you guys get pretty good at it? Have you got it down to that 10 to 15 second time frame?
Not quite.
That's where it varies between it lasts an hour and 10 to an hour and a half, depending
Yeah.
upon if you knock
Yeah.
something over or it spills or anything like that. Special effects. Paul, take that one.
Special effects. There are some. We have a props guy that's done some effects rigged to certain tables. We have a science experiment that we reanimate a mouse and he jumps around. That's pretty nice.
For real.
Yeah, reanimate a
Wow.
dead mouse.
He-
Yeah.
You got his, Matthew perked up when he said that. I think we found out where his side is.
And we have, we definitely have some lighting effects, like there's some scenes that are in lightning. That's actually why we have the strobe light warning on the poster, because we do have flashing light. And, we have some trick props here and there.
Fog, smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
we do have a fog.
And what time of the year is this taking place?
Probably fall.
Yeah,
Fall.
yeah,
This time.
definitely
About
from
like-
some of the scene, especially the graveyard scene, it's definitely full.
Yeah.
Can the audience expect any surprises?
Yeah.
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 A lot of them?
Just a couple.
There's
Now-
a few.
Is this a story that is easy to follow and people can get second guess and, you know, stay ahead of you? Or is this something that they think they got a handle on it, but yet then it goes in a different direction and now they got to refocus?
Well, because it's an adaptation, I think they're gonna be expecting us to go a certain way, but there are several places where it's really unexpected.
Tell me a little bit more about your creature and how you make him.
Basically, at the beginning, like the first couple scenes, where me and my best friend Henry, played by Matt, we were collecting parts, getting stuff ready to create him, and then basically we just get all these different parts together, like organs and different limbs, and we just stick them all together and get him to life. So it's kind of just like, as far as finding the pieces, we just kind of grabbed whatever we can of the best. We want to make them the best of everything. So once we get all the stuff together, we sew them together and shock him, and he comes to life.
Now, do you use like actual organs and piece them together, sew them up, and
Yes.
or is it just
yeah.
insinuated?
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't show him being stitched together or anything like that.
It's more the end of the process is
Yeah.
what you see.
But people understand what it is that's happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You do see him put like an eyeball inside you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do flip the switch to shock him to life.
Does he raise up in the air? And
No.
It's alive! Do you get to do that?
Yeah, I do get to say that on it. So.
That's good.
Yeah.
So the special effects will give off the electrical sounds and the zapping, and do you get to flop around on the table?
Oh, yes, he
Yeah.
does.
He does that well, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm grasping Dr. Evil and Mini-Me over here really
Right.
well. But I'm not really sure exactly what it is that you guys do. So you kind of like holding back, so you got to come see, say, if you want to know what we do, you come on out either Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, and see.
That'd be the best option.
That would be the answer. Okay. Now, can we expect something different each night?
Let's hope not.
Hey, you're supposed to say yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can expect the unexpected.
Well, I'm sure it'll be a new performance every night.
Well,
And-
yeah, that's
And, you know, just because of that, there may be some unexpected occurrences.
okay. Tell us about some of the biggest challenges then, Paul.
Biggest challenges? Oh, we started tech rehearsals that week, and that's always, it's like Murphy's rehearsal. Everything goes wrong that can go wrong. So that's been a challenge, and just this one has a lot more like Dusty's the theater director is really kind of rebuilding the program, and he doesn't have that much support yet within the department.
Oh,
So
really?
we've all been kind of trying to pitch in and help, but it's just been a lot of work getting all of the sets ready, you know, painted,
Oh,
you know.
Well, that was one of the
He's put in
challenges that Emily had as well. Because
Yeah.
she would stay
Yeah.
in there all night long painting sets and putting things together
Yeah.
and that kind of thing.
Yeah, he's really put in a giant amount of work. It's been,
Is the set looking good?
Yeah.
It looks really good.
It looks really good?
Yeah.
yeah, there's
Good.
some really nice touches.
Great. Before we close up here, do any of you have any specific goals as far as like this? I went into the drama department. I love theater because I want to do something on later in life, future in life, to build up your confidence, or hey, I just need something to fill my time. Don't all speak at once.
Well, I don't know about the rest of them, but I started doing this kind of stuff in high school, plays and musicals and different things. And I remember when I first tried it out, I just wanted to do it because everybody was doing it and it looked really fun. But as I continued to do it, I realized it wasn't so much about what we were doing as much as what our impact on the people watching was. Because at the end of the day, people go, whether it's a movie, a sports team, whatever they go to, they usually want to go to be entertained, not necessarily even for that. Like, nobody wants to go see something and have them remind them of something that's going really bad in their life. They want to go so they can have a good time. If something's going on in their life, they can forget about it for at least a little while. Yeah, and I think what we need to do as actors, our job is to provide that escape. To say, hey, stuff's going on in everybody's life, and we understand that, so we're gonna just help you forget about that, even if for a little while.
Good. You all nod and say, yep, he said it right.
I mean, like with what you were saying about career, like I actually plan on going into the film industry as a career later in my life. I want to end up being a director and screenwriter.
Very good.
So I think getting into the acting scene early would really help. Like I hope to get a scholarship from somewhere so I can continue staying in theater and like then I can get the screenwriting and eventually hopefully getting into directing.
Yeah, I was going to ask you after we got through around here, but do you understand the concept and the challenges of acting on stage versus acting for camera? Do you understand the difference between the two? You're nodding your head,
Yeah.
but then maybe a little.
Well, like on stage, you don't get a do-over. If you mess up, then you mess up. But like if you're doing it for camera, like for film or something, you get as many tries as you want. You can do it over and over again. You get it exactly the way you want. But if you mess up when you're on stage, everyone sees that, and you're not gonna live that down. Like it happened.
I would say you get to play a bit more broadly on stage.
Yeah, you use your body a lot
You're
more
a
on
lot
stage.
more dramatic on stage,
Yeah.
aren't you? You're like really out there, and you're enunciating much louder.
Yeah.
You're almost screaming and becoming an overactor.
Yeah.
You get as many takes as the director will allow you.
Yeah.
And hopefully it won't be that many. Otherwise, he's going to be going to the producer and tell him, get me another
Yeah.
Marissa. You know? Have any of you done any camera work? Okay, what have you done?
When I was in high school, one of my good friends, he wants to be a director and a screenwriter
Do
too.
you guys come
No,
from?
no. These two are from Chanute. I'm from Spring Hill, Kansas.
From where?
Spring Hill, Kansas. It's up
Oh,
north.
okay, yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Did you go to high school there?
Yes.
Okay. I have a niece that lives there.
Oh, really? Who?
Aubrey Hill. She graduated like 4 years ago.
Okay, no, it's my name. But he actually made a few amateur films, and me in the theater department would always be in them. And so I was in about 2, 3 of his videos, and he was very professional. He had like different camera angles, the lighting, the script. He wanted us to memorize the script and stuff like that. And it was a lot of fun.
So you want to continue on with this as well?
Yeah, it would be a lot of fun to do it.
Okay. Or at least seek it out a little bit more
Yeah.
and kind of see if it is for you.
I'm not a theater major, so I just kind of did it more for fun than anything else.
Right.
I could totally do this.
Well, it helps to be well-rounded.
Yeah.
You know, so that you understand all the aspects, and you're on the right track by seeing what it's like to be in front of the camera, so that you can have appreciation for it behind the camera. And neither one of you have any aspirations to continue on.
I think it's nice to share art with people in that way, like be it from us.
But not as a career. So just, you do it off and on, maybe community theater, maybe you'll just walk into Broadway one day and say, here I am.
I wish. Yeah, you know, aside from making it a living, I think just doing sideshows and stuff in free time would be nice.
Do you know how actors make a living in Hollywood?
Bussing tables?
Yep, famous lines. Oh, I'm an actress. Oh, really? What bar do you tend to, or what restaurant do you wait tables? That's how they make their living. What about you over here?
Well, I'm doing it more just for fun than anything else. I didn't even actually plan to audition, but they didn't really have enough people come in. So Dusty said, you know, we got a professor character. Why don't you come in and audition for him? My first acting role was actually last semester in the a funny thing happened on the way to the forum for Emily. I love acting, but I just never really got the chance to do it in high school and in college. I was too busy. It's kind of a fun thing to blossom this late.
Are you all functioning some way or another?
Yeah.
You came here from Spring, so your family still lives in Spring Hill?
Yes.
Okay. So you're living on campus or
Yeah, I live in
someplace?
the dorms.
Okay. And you're from Chanute?
Yeah.
Okay. So you only have one real outsider that came here. So what drew you to Chanute?
I actually signed on to play volleyball at
There
Chanute.
you go. Okay.
But,
You've been on camera. You've been on TV.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple days before I was supposed to report for preseason, I ended up breaking my foot.
Oh, well, maybe you haven't been.
Yeah, no. So that's another reason why I auditioned, is because I was about ready to tear my hair out, having to sit on the sidelines. And so I actually auditioned and I was wearing my walking boots still. The first 4 weeks of rehearsal, I was like thumping around. And you could always tell when I was there because I was making so much noise.
So you're not playing tonight, I take it?
No.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Did you come in on a scholarship?
Yeah.
Did you have to give it back? Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's real good. Major universities, they take that away like that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, any final comments?
Come watch it, please. It'll be good.
Yeah, I just say it's going to be quite a departure from what we had before, really, in Neo show production. I mean, partly new theater director, new style. It's quite special.
And if I remember right, all of you have been involved in some kind of production before this, right? So you understand that that love-hate letdown on closing night,
Oh yeah.
you know? And if you kind of like grasp that and wrap yourself around that, it kind of gives you a better understanding of full-time people that do this.
Yeah.
And why they resort to a lot of drugs and alcohol, because of that letdown, and their identity's gone. You ever heard the 15 minutes of fame? Yeah, they say that you only get that once. You keep striving for it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, what you want to try to keep doing that. So we got some film people over here. Did you say yes or no?
For as far as career?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be nice. I think everybody has that dream at least once in their life.
But unfortunately, we weren't
Yeah.
born with the last name of Spielberg or
Yeah.
Lucas
Or Pitt.
Cameron or any of those
Nolan.
people.
Clooney.
It just isn't. As far as a career, probably not. I'd love to keep doing it, like Matt said, on the side. Keep doing it on and off, but not for a career.
So you think that, well, I don't even know what Dustin's policy is, if he allows previous cast members to come into, like, this next production, It's a Wonderful Life, over the holidays. You're all looking at me with blank stares like,
Oh,
this is
sure.
the first I've even heard about that.
No. I mean, I'm sure he would definitely allow a lot of us. I mean, we just audition again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're all thinking, It's a Wonderful Life. Who is that? That Ford guy, yeah, him.
That wonderful fellow.
Yeah. Another angel gets its wings. Yeah? All right. We are getting a lot of deer in the headlight looks now. That tells me that it's time to bring this to an end. If you're watching the show, you got nothing better to do. Even if you do, reschedule your time to be out at the college at the, you have a name for the theater? What's it called?
It's just the
The
Neo
campus
County
theater.
Theater. So
I thought it
it's
had a name.
The Sanders.
Sanders Theater.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
in Sanders Hall.
Go out to the Sanders Theater Thursday, Friday, and or Saturday, 7:30. I'm going to guess doors open sometime around 7ish.
Yep.
Okay. They can get tickets there.
Yeah, $5,
$5.
and any faculty, student, anything like that from the college gets it free.
Yeah, with their ID.
Okay. Well, there you go. So faculty and students, you have no excuse not to be there. The rest of us, you got $5 to come around.
Yeah.
Just skip one night at Subway and you're good to go. All right. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you out at the stage play of Frankenstein or Frankenstein, however you'd like to pronounce it. For the Chanute Channel, I'm Chris Conlon.